Everybody. Just thought I'd come back, do a little bit of a live recorded thing, celebrating the beginning of my 70th trip around the sun. That means I'm turning 69 years old today, so people don't get it twisted. It doesn't really matter. I thought about it earlier. There's not a big difference between 69 and 70, except you go from the decade of your 60s into the first decade of your 70s. But my 70th trip around the sun begins today, and here I am doing some social media. I thought about it earlier. This is something that I wouldn't have ever considered doing maybe even 2 or 3 years ago. And so I credit the fact that I'm doing this to my lovely wife, Marquita. She is a social media guru, and also she is an encourager, and she's a bit of a taskmaster too, I will say. So here I am, and thank you. I really do appreciate her for getting me up and you know having me put on clothes and a tie and a pocket square and the whole 9 yards. So thank you, dear, for doing this. Just I mentioned the social media piece, and I'm on a lot, and we all are now potentially journalists because we're on social media, which is media. That's the key word. And in the media, whether we like it or not, or whether we consider ourselves journalists or not, or whether we've been trained or not. I certainly haven't been trained. We're journalists. So, and I just thought about this as I was about to come on. The one thing that we owe our audience, however big or small it might be, is we owe them to be accurate, honest, and truthful. Honesty, truthfulness, accuracy, that's important. So, in other words, and decent. So, in other words, don't, it kind of gripes me when people get on and they're indecent and in their language or, what they display. And it's certainly bad if somebody gets on and they just spew obvious lies. Now, we all make mistakes. CNN makes mistakes. MSNBC makes mistakes. Fox, I'm sure they make intentional mistakes. It seems like to me. But anyway, it just occurs that I just wanted to say as a message to all of you who are doing social media that being responsible about it is very important. So anyway, I'm again turning 69 today. There are some things that obviously you start thinking about when you start advancing in age. I spoke to one of my friends this morning already, and I've got a lot of Facebook folks who told me happy birthday on Messenger, and some of whom I've known for a long time. So I spoke to one of my friends, Jesse Lavender, who calls. Jesse's a guy, one of the guys, he remembers everybody's birthday, and I don't. I'm probably not good at that, but he remembers birthdays. He certainly remembers mine. He called me, and we kind of chuckle that we've known each other almost 50 years. And it's really a blessing to be able to talk to someone that you've known almost 50 years. And speaking about being blessed, at my age, my mother is still with me. And I'm going to call her in a little bit. I took a trip out of town last week. So when I came back, she says, hey, you may want to stay away for a few days. She's really COVID aware. And I'm, I was socially distanced and masked in the whole 9 yards, but she still is going to take care of herself. She's 92 years old. And the point I want to make, for a 69-year-old to be on here, able to call his mother, is a blessing. And my life has been full of blessings, but I can't think of one that is more important than the fact that I'm able to visit my mother. I'm able to call my mother. We're able to talk, which we do daily. And so, I don't take that for granted. But I will say to all of you, whether you're 69 or 79 or 49 or 39, cherish your parents, cherish your mother, your father, your loved ones. And so I just feel on this morning, blessed. I mentioned blessed to have a lovely wife, blessed to still have my mother, my children, my grandchildren, my family, all of those folks that are important. So 4 years ago, when I turned 65, I thought about the fact that most people are considering retirement at that time. They're trying to wind down their lives, and some of them getting their affairs in order. And that's good. I mean, I think that's good that people have made those kinds of contributions and they've allowed themselves the luxury of retirement. I kind of looked at it a different way, and I said I wanted to launch some stuff. And so, In the Black, Bob D, the A.G. Gaston Business Institute, some of the things that I'm involved with were all launched. My wedding, my marriage. These are all things that I launched since I turned 65. And turning 69, I feel no different. I feel blessed to have energy. I feel blessed to be able to get up this morning. I did a couple of miles on the treadmill, ran a little, walked a lot more, but to stay active, I have a goal between now and when I actually turn 70. I wear a 40 suit, and sometimes it's a little difficult to button that button right there. And so my goal for my 70th birthday is to be able to button that button with more ease. Now I know, that's going to take some working out discipline and also some pushing back from the table discipline. And it may take me leaving some of that Maker's Mark or Blanton's or Basil Hayden. You guys know what I mean. Some of you ladies know what I mean. It may take that kind of discipline, but I want to have that. But what I also want to do and want to continue to do is I want to continue to help people. We have some opportunities with my organizations. We have opportunities to help small businesses. I want to continue to be involved in that. I'm not stepping down, stepping back, or reducing any of my effort or activity in that way. I want to continue to be an advocate for our community. I'm not stepping down, stepping back, or reducing or limiting my voice or my energy or my zeal for helping our folks. I'm going to continue to do that. And so as I sign off, I just want to encourage all of you or invite all of you that if there's anything that I can do to help, then I certainly want to do it. So feel free to call me. Most people know my number. You can get me on social media. That was somebody calling me right then. I'm just happy to be here. I'm blessed to have all of you as supporters, as followers, and folks that I consider my friends. Thank you so much.